All right, the packs are up. Dzemp has, I can't even see the packs, but Apooche wants Typhoon spec. He doesn't fuck around here. He's gonna push this Stormcaller Enjoyer in, perhaps, maybe. We will see. Fortified spec from Dzemp here. Interesting to see if Apooche plays aggro or if he plays... He has Assman on the bar and no elite, so you'd imagine he pushes. But who knows? He does have Typhoon spec, which is better aggro. Do you mind completely hiding chat? Okay, yeah, sure. It's kind of annoying because I have to turn it on to get the invite, but it's fine. It is a bit annoying. Yeah, the predictions kind of spoil it. I should probably have a professional hide button, but like, why don't the developers just make my viewing experience good from the beginning? But yeah, maybe I should do it, since I've been casting more games recently. There's no UI setting. There's no fucking settings for anything. You can't fucking rebind anything. You just get fucked. All right, we got an aggro match from Apooche. Sledge Marksman is not known to be the best aggro pack, but it does come with a Typhoon, so perhaps that can work. Interesting positioning from Apooche here. So 2 crawler buys from Dzemp. Stormcrawlers are not known to be the best defending units, but into Sledge Marksman, it's not the end of the world. Interesting that Apooche stacks all his marksmen on one side of the board to pressure the left tower, and right side will just be stalling this Stormcaller. I don't think you want to go Assman here. I think Sledge, I learned this the hard way, but Sledge Marksman Assman means you just lose to Hacker, and it's pretty insane tempo to come back from. If you do Assman Mustang, it's fine because you just go forts. But Sledge Assman is not great. Alright, subsized Marksman is offered, but we take the laser sight. I like the Marksman stack. It's because the Marksman do no DPS, but together they can do something, surely. A skip from Dzemp. Opts to go for Arc Lights for Chaff Clear. So he opts to lose to loose crawlers in the end. But for now, it should be decent. And Apooche does this crawler to distract the Stormcrawlers, but also it will pull this crawler pack over here and along with this pack. So it's a pretty valuable pull, which he can put a Sledge or an Arc Light behind. How do you say no to Elite Hacker? I don't know, man. 120 people watching a random ladder match. Obviously, it's a tournament finals, but spicy. So it looks like we got Arc Light Crawler buy from Dzemp with a Mass Recruit. And Apooche went for a triple Crawler buy, and he's holding the laser sight for the Typhoon, perhaps? Pretty good Arc Light positioning here. Should clean up this corner Arc Light pretty fast. But he places it right into a Marksman. So it does go down rather early. Apooche doesn't have the best trafficker though. He just has like 2 sledges. But these crawlers do eventually get in, and the Stormcrawlers will be able to clean up here. What is going on here? Corner War Factory? No, probably Typhoon Boat. Oh, there it is. The Typhoon and the boat come down. Apooche slams it, and Taiba is online. Let's fucking go. Place your bets. Place your bets. The comp is here. The comp is here. Interesting that he places a laser sight on a Typhoon. It makes the Typhoon have 120 meter range, which will be more range than the Fortress. So Dzemp goes for the Fortress pick, which is good into the Typhoon. But he doesn't run Fist. He doesn't run Shield. He runs Fang Prod, which does nothing. Well, Fang Prod is okay, honestly, into Fort Push. And maybe Launcher Range, but that's too expensive. So I don't know about this fort. I don't know about this fort. Unfollowing Mr. Apooche. Oh, no. You should have clicked boats too? Yeah, probably. And go carry boats. Pretty forward positioned fortress here. That's going to get deleted by the boat, I would imagine. Didn't see what Apooche bought, but it looks like it was just another Typhoon and perhaps another crawler. We're immediately getting the Mustang buy here. And this is the threat of boats, right? Mustangs aren't good until Wasp Summoning. But you just don't have to click Wasp Summoning if your opponent just buys a bunch of Mustangs. Is Typhoon Boat just auto win in current meta? If you can get it online, it's pretty hard to stop. The only way you lose is to spells and to like getting tempoed out of the game. But Apooche's like in such a good spot. Like his Sledge Marksman board is a bit like not the best board. You don't want all these units because they don't help you complete your Typhoon boat. But he did get a fucking boat round 3 the turn he gets a Typhoon. So he's pretty online already. Like obviously you need shields and chin gun, but it's gonna be a tough position for Dzemp. Like taking this much damage round 3, and that's also, here's another thing that's interesting. So Giants got nerfed in terms of HP damage, so that does make the $300 units a lot better at terms of efficiency of HP damage and tempo. So spamming Typhoons is just insane if you have a bunch of Typhoons alive at the end, because it's like fucking 1,000 damage just because of these shitters. Underground Threat is picked up for Dzemp here. Damage item picked up for Apooche. Puts a damage item on the boat, which does scale with the chin gun, mind you, and it'll be really good into the fortress. So Apooche should now, like, buying 3 Mustangs is actually bad. Not bad, but you don't have to go Wasp Summoning, and Mustangs suck ass, right? So now you just slam Typhoons out the wazoo. But we will see. Mustang is good because, I mean, it's what you need to counter, but also the Mustangs aren't the best defending unit because Crawler is. And these fortresses are just going to die to chin gun in no time. Fuji's actually leveling the sledge. I would like to see a sell of the sledge for Typhoon shields, but double fortify defense enhancement is being picked up. Another crawler is being purchased here. Items affect chin gun? Yeah. You didn't know this? Items affect everything. Well, not everything, but Port A is another example. Homing missiles, I'm pretty sure. It doesn't tell you. It's not obvious at all, but pretty sure. Melter EMP? I don't think it does Melter EMP. I never tested that, though. I'm actually curious. I've never tested that. Is that actually true? I need to test that. That'd be fucking so silly. Put the damage item on a Melter for Barrage to kill level 3 fort barriers. But yeah, the crawlers are just getting in because Mustangs don't clear chaff. And the fortresses are kind of not really killing Typhoons. There's 3 Typhoons alive. Yeah, fort levels don't. Yeah, it's not obvious. So another big turn from Apooche here. Oh my god. You can go for the Armored Worm. You can go for Armor Wraith, but Apooche doesn't run Armor Wraith. But Armor Worm is pretty nasty for Apooche. He doesn't have 4... Oh, he does have 4 DPS techs. So Dzemp goes for the Melter Cell, and Apooche is going for a Worm Cheese. And he's going to flank to secure the cheese a little bit faster with a Sledgehammer. And now more boats are being purchased from Apooche, lining up the boat with the Fortress. And we're getting the Chin Gun with a Borrow and temp speed. I think it's reasonable to do the Borrow here. You have a pretty good comp, and why not tempo him out of the video game? So what is Zemp's plan here? I mean, he's just buying a bunch of forts that don't really do anything, unfortunately. It's very hard, like, it's hard to even criticize or, like, critique anything, because, like, what the fuck do you even do? Like, Fang Prod. Like, he's just like, fuck, I want Fangs, I guess, fuck. Like, it's one of the, like, I think there's no real counter to Typhoon Boat if it gets online. So, but, like, early Mustangs, you want Mustangs because of Wasp Summoning, but you just don't have to click Wasp Summoning anymore, and now you have useless Mustangs. The Fortresses, like, barely connect to the ideal targets because they get deleted from existence with Shin Gun boats. Oil does stuff, but not enough. The tower also will go down due to the high-level worm getting in and the sledge flank. And a lot of HP is still alive on the board here. We got like 3 Typhoons, a sledge, 2 boats, a marksman, worm. And just like that, Typhoon Boat deletes you from existence. Fun game, fun game. I'm assuming Dzemp was very excited about the situations that have unraveled. We've got Saber 2 spec, I guess, for Dzemp. Or Marksman spec. Pretty good standard pack. Apooche has pretty shit packs. Probably Giant spec, I guess. I don't think Apooche's up on Giant spec. Elite spec is kind of trash. Cost control is negative tempo, but it's decent standard. Dzemp goes for oh my god, this is going to be a spicy fucking match here. Elite spec Arclight Ball versus Supply spec Mustang. Now, if Apooche pushes with this looks kind of nasty. Like, Mustangs are dog shit at clearing crawlers, and they're definitely even more dog shit at clearing a blue crawlers. So this looks pretty good for Apooche, honestly. Like, Elite spec has high tempo, and it's good into this matchup. It's so good that he has to buy arc lights, which still lose to blue crawlers. So not bad. So Apooche is going for a symmetrical deploy. I think symmetrical deploys is actually really good here. If you have the advantage with your ball opener, deploying symmetrical allows you to pressure both towers and take that advantage. Also forces your opponent to react to both sides and overcommit. And if there's ever an overcommitment, or if there's ever a super high level boat or ball or high level Mustang, like, you can ignore it or focus on one side. So I really like this symmetrical deploy. Also, if you have 3 arc lights, it kind of makes sense to go symmetrical here. The unit drops are up. Scorpion is probably going to be clicked from Dzemp, but he wants the Fire Badger. Interesting. Fire Badger does help with clear if you click the Napalm. Maybe Dzemp will show us how to play the Badger, because I have no fucking clue how to use this unit. This unit fucking sucks. Yeah, the Mustang pack has no HP because it's supply spec, I guess, and crawlers. Kind of silly. Like, we're playing on outdated HP packs, basically, from like 7 years ago. Alright, we're doing a high flank from Apooche. Pulls this late crawler here. And he just keeps buying more blue crawlers. Yeah, two blue crawlers, and the badger drop is Apooche's elite spec turn, and 2 badgers and 2 crawlers from Dzemp. Don't like blue crawlers on the flanks. Yeah, I don't think you put a crawler on the flank until you have to defend the badger, which you don't round 2, right? But the balls are pretty good into the badger, right? The badgers are placed horizontal, so the balls get to clean them up pretty fast, and they get to level. So Apooche's got to have some big balls. A lot of HP damage here, 2.7k. Not the position you want to be in. And this is the power of elite spec. Yeah, pick the worst pack and get rewarded the lowest amount of HP. It's kind of stupid. Like, they really need to work on their pack openers. Apooche big balls, what's new? True. Underground threat picked up from both sides. Dzemp is, both parties are using these aggressively. Apooche might double fortify, just keep buying more crawlers. He probably wants to take the ball level to scale off this badger. This badger can feed a lot of XP. And Apooche goes for... I like this play. Since your elite spec, it's hard to cover all angles, but he goes for 1 crawler to cover 1 angle and the underground threat on the other side to cover the other angle. And he goes for the Phoenix play. Keep in mind, there's still a War Factory hole in case Apooche ever wants to do that. And I think Dzemp just lost the game by teching Mustang range into elite spec crawlers. It's GG. The game is over. There's like no coming back. Like, Mustangs suck, but now you're teching into the suck even more. Into blue crawlers, balls. I don't know, man. Don't the pack HP get auto adjusted? Maybe a long time ago that was true. But we've been running with like similar HP pack. Like, they've influenced it to some extent, but a lot of it's outdated. So I don't think it's dynamic. It's not dynamically updated whatsoever. Rip the Soviet anthem. Yeah, we're gonna get no Soviet anthem. There's no Storm Collies. He's gonna get his shit pushed in. Hey, but the Mustangs are cleaning up here. I didn't expect that to happen. I guess there's only 1 blue crawler and the arc lights level. So if the arc lights level, then he has decent shaft clear. If they don't, then he's still getting tempoed out of the game. If the left badger white is out of the game, not too much HP damage this turn. Hacker sucks if he goes hacker here. You don't hack into this for 2 balls. Smart arc lights. Picked up from Apooche here. Holy. Will we see an Apooche carry arc light game? Oh my god, he teched range arc lights. Now note this is interesting. Smart arc light is increases arc light's experience rate by 75%, right? Supply spec from Dzemp, elite spec from Apooche. So increases the XP rate by 75%, and he's up against elite spec. So he's just going to be fucking drinking all the juice. So we might see a carry arc light game here against for Apooche here, and it seems pretty good into the Badger and Mustang. Now this Badger is scary. It has what is this, 900 DPS with absorption module converting 90% of that. So this ball needs to level basically, but he might not level it. I think you confuse the players. No, Dzemp is supply spec. Smart Arclight versus stupid Arclight. True. So Dzemp is still getting rolled by crawlers, I think. But the Mustangs are scaling, something to watch out for. Now this Badger's AFK on this Badger. It's looking alright here. And the Arclights are now drinking the juice. They're already all leveling. There's a flank coming in from Dzemp that will allow him to get a nice debuff. And now his Mustangs are scaling, so this can get very scary, right? If the Mustangs level, they're a pretty good defensive unit. The problem is they usually never level, but somehow his Mustangs are level 2, maybe even level 3 now. Interesting pickup from Apooche here. We're going for the Sledgehammer. Probably has the armor angle if he wants to against the Mustangs. And it's just good for additional tank here. Yeah, you definitely need Mustang range to level. Dzemp going for the Typhoon Cell into double Fortress Buy because he sees the arc lights. He sees the smart arc lights. And he wants to stop that scaling. And he goes for Launcher out of all techs. He doesn't even have Bubble. And honestly, Bubble is like the tech you use to counter carry arc lights. Because it's the way you scale with HP. Launcher is a bit weird here. And Apooche sees this. He's either A, going to go Melter, which I doubt. And he's just going to go War Factory, I think. He has the hole ready to go. There is Acid Crawlers. I don't know if Apooche still runs Photon. But we will see. Apooche, there's a flank. Apooche, I don't know if he's covered the flank yet. He used all his deploys. He has 300 to spend, probably floating for War Factory. Okay, he places the crawler covering the flank. Holy fuck. Okay, he's all good. Apooche floated 200. So you would imagine he's thinking Fortress into War Factory line, right? Makes a lot of sense here. I think Apooche eventually wants some Mustangs to assist with his Arclight carry. It's good for Anti-Air and good for late chaff. But for now, Dzemp is hard winning right side with his Giga Badger and the fortresses, and left side is getting in, which makes sense. And blue fortresses are definitely very scary. So getting the free unlock is definitely very good for... Oh, what am I saying free unlock? He's supply spec, he's not lead. I'm getting confused. Never mind. But yeah, you would imagine carry forts... Sorry. War Factory is going to come down from Apooche, and that should be able to close out the game, because forts suck into factory. Yeah, elite Arclights is definitely very scary, because the forts fall... Like, the Arclights are so far ahead that it's hard to get into it. Now, a skip from Apooche, ER Factory is not a good card if you're going factory. We got levels from Dzemp, level 4 Badger with Absorption Module, level 2 Fortress with Launcher. And Dzemp is just going to keep slamming forts. And Apooche sold the ball, so he planned this turn. He sold a ball, or a sledge, to go for a Launcher War Factory. And Factory is a bust arenode. He borrows for a mobile beacon. He values the mobile beacon that much and increases DPS of the War Factory, basically. Goes for temp speed, and he probably wants to close out the game within 2 turns here, right? This War Factory will level killing these things, I would imagine. And should probably take the tower pretty fast here. Yeah, no bubble on fort is a little bit troll, but Dzemp only plays standard, so like bubble isn't, I guess, that good. I don't know. I think it's troll when people don't run fort bubble, but double missile from Apooche here. And I would imagine this War Factory just wins hard right side. Yeah, look at this go. He has the note like forts. This is the problem with going forts is you just always lose to War Factory. And he's pretty committed into the fortress here, right? And this is the benefit of carry Arclight. Like, I think this is a legit line. Like, carry Arclight into War Factory, because people usually always go Fortress if you actually want to counter for arcs. And then you just go for War Factory because Fortress suck into War Factory. So, level 3 War Factory. I would imagine the way Apooche likes to play War Factory, he's just going to stack the right side. Now, Dzemp is going to pull out the oil and probably win the... he probably doesn't even win the round with oil, but maybe oil melter play keeps him in the game. Dzemp instantly clicks laser sight. If he puts it on the fort, he's pure copium. Yeah, this game is over. He's going to try to attempt to kill Giga Factory with forts, which never goes well. Never goes well. Yeah, the copium fortress. Ripperoni. Like, I do this play myself all the time, and then I'm reminded when the factory just pounds my ass. But this turn may go well because oil into acid definitely should be able to kill the factory this turn. But of course, Apooche runs Photon Factory, so he doesn't care. And Replicate is interesting. It should do stuff, I would imagine, right? Copium. Do you remember that 113 rounder we had, Sago? Did I lose against fortresses? I forget. Maybe I'm misremembering. I believe in the forts. Go forts. But look at these techs. I guess he has Fang Prod, but maybe Fang Prod is enough? I don't know. But regardless, Dzemp should hard win this round. Both parties are borrowing here. Temp range and speed from Apooche. And both parties are oiling. Probably wants to oil this side to slow the push. Or this oil actually gets value out of burning everything. What's wrong with those techs? Nothing wrong with these techs. These are techs that everything loses to factory, in my opinion. But, you know, acid will do the things. The things will be done. Everything is burnt on all sides of the board. The fortress probably might even level off this acid crawler move. Nice. War factory down. The fortress does level here. And this will be a round going to Dzemp. But that was the acid cheese round. But maybe the acid cheese round allows all his forts to level and scale. And maybe with Fang Prod, Fang Shield, maybe he gets there. And the acid doesn't last forever. And Apooche is borrowing here, so perhaps Dzemp can turn it around. Enhancement module. Pretty insane for Dzemp here. He can put that on a fortress that's going to level every turn, you would imagine. Puts it on the fortress farthest away from the factory. Levels the fortress. One key thing against the War Factory push is you want to missile this factory every single turn, because it will just stop it from moving. So it looks like Apooche sells the level 3 factory so he doesn't have to click Photon, and he's just going to click range War Factory. Yeah, that's exactly what he does. Makes sense. There's no point, like, his thinking is why waste attack on Photon when you can just counter acid by not being anywhere near the line. And he just buys another fucking factory. He doesn't want temp range. He says, you know what? You know what's better than one factory? 2 of them. And he places them far back from the acid, so perhaps the acid will be killing Dzemp's big fortresses. We'll see how this plays. Clean play from Apooche. I think I like this play better than clicking Photon. I think this is better. It baits out a bad tech. Well, bad tech. A tech that won't do anything now. And you're now just in a safer position now. So I think I like it. He's sold to move, yeah. So I would imagine the factories win. The factories should do the winning. We will see. Apooche is retreating with his phoenixes to cover the flank. And I will see how the fortress does. Apooche is struggling with shaft clear, though. And all these fortresses are locking on. So the left factory will fall. So Dzemp's winning line here actually could be sell the Badger and put the absorption module on a Gigafort. Because now I think Dzemp he's probably can win with the forts. Because he's got all the experience now. And especially with absorption module, it could just win him the game. The beacon is just to retreat the phoenixes. He doesn't really have any other beacons to use. So both parties are probably going to sell. You would imagine. Dzemp could go for EMP marksman, honestly. That could have been a good play as well. I think that actually would have been like maybe a better play than sell, but level all the forts, Fang Prod, Fang Shield, sell the absorption, put it on a Big Daddy, and see how that goes. I think the Fang Prod probably gets there because he has no chaff clear other than the fortress. So maybe? Like, Mustang is the best unit, basically, into War Factory. Like, in terms of chaff. Better than having sledges that die in 3 seconds. Better than having balls or spiders that die in 3 seconds. The Mustangs just take forever to kill. And we get Fang Prod, Fang Shield come down. So if Apooche doesn't buy Mustangs with range, or Fire Callers, or HE Storms, maybe he's just dead? Maybe he's not dead, but it seems like it could be scary. And this fortress also is scaling with the enhancement module with the 2020 stat buff. Both parties are taking temp range now. Apooche buying more arc lights to help out with the clear. That is the game plan. The arc lights will take a while to clear the Fang Shields. We'll see how this plays out. And now the arc lights are stuck on the fortresses here. The War Factory has the DPS to clear these forts, I think. But the problem is, will it connect? Dzemp is in his asset on the left side here. Temp range seems to be making a difference here, but don't know if it'll be enough. Yeah, I think Dzemp needs to just sell. Like, he should have leveled all the forts when he prioritized Fang Prod. But if he takes Absorption Module, he'll have an unkillable fortress. But the War Factory is not down yet. He needs to clear both fortresses to stay in the game. So he clears the second fortress, keeping him alive. He would have been dead if he didn't clear that fortress. Still on death's door, though. 237 HP. Alright, Dzemp. Sell Mr. Badger. Take the Amp Core. Laser. Interesting. Laser over Amp Core. I guess range matters, because now you can outrange the factory. But sell the Absorption, put it, level all these dudes, and I think you win. Apooche's also broke. He borrowed early-ish. And 3 factories, right? I mean, efficient maintenance doesn't... I mean, sometimes it matters, but I don't know if that would matter. Missile Strike on a Giga Mustang. This is round 10. Mech Div Balls. I think Apooche needs to go Mustangs or Storms. So he does opt for the Mustang here, which should help with the Fang clear. Does he run HE Stangs? He does. Does he need to click it? He does. I like this buy. Temp range. Unfortunately, he can't buy 3 Mustangs. So he's just going to stack aside, hopefully, right? And Dzemp goes for the Wasp play that unfortunately dies to Mustangs and Missile Strike. Ripperonis. I mean, the efficient War Factory is definitely overrated in a lot of scenarios. Efficient maintenance factory is only if you do it as like a core strat. If you're pulling it out late like Apooche is, there's no point clicking efficient maintenance. Like, Apooche ideally wants to close out the game before this happened, but it wouldn't make sense to click efficient maintenance fucking round 6 as elite spec. So Apooche realizes he's losing right side, so he's just going to stack aside. Will the Mustangs be enough? The Mustangs have to stay alive, though. That's the problem. So it seems like the Fang Shield is just doing a fuck ton here. War Factory does connect, but... Imagine he had oil. If he had oil, Apooche would win. Maybe not. Both parties can oil. This looks like it's game, right? There's not enough HP at this moment. Interesting. So Fang Prod is just that good. I'm kind of surprised. Kind of surprised. But it was more so... I think it's not just Fang Prod. It was more so... The Acid turn got all his forts experience. And since Apooche's elite spec, he just gives so much XP. And then in the end, the Arc Lights... The smart Arc Light play ends up not being good at all because all these Arclight levels don't really accomplish anything in the end, right? They still shoot Mustangs and Crawlers at the same rate. The damage doesn't matter from the Arclights. So it's a nice defense from Dzemp. Alright, the packs are up. The picks are up. We're missing it, so I will reiterate what the picks are up after the ad is over. Typhoon Specialist, even with the Mustang Crawler pack, kind of insane. Negative tempo pack, but you have 3 crawlers, which is good for Typhoon. And, I mean, he's got the pack. He needs to succeed. It worked one time. Can it work again? Is the ad over? The ad is over. Okay, so the specialists are Air Spec, Typhoon Spec, Typhoon OP, Taiba Imbalanced. Wow, we're going for a standard, not standard, but deployed back Mustang Crawler buy into Storm Arclight. Storm Arclight is kind of hard to beat. Looks like Apooche's opting to same side or async push. I think you need to do this because your pack loses round 1. Gotta say, you're very entertaining, mixing with some great expertise. Thank you for casting. Much appreciated, man. Always appreciate the kind words. I try to do my best. Easy win for Dzemp. Listen, it's too hard to some great experience, not much. Listen, bud. Listen here, bud. Listen here, bud. When is the last time you've purchased a War Factory? Okay, tell me when is the last time you purchased a War Factory. Then I would like you to speak after that. Okay, understood. Yeah, Apooche's probably just gonna Typhoon boat again. Gotta respect it. I'm only here for the anthem, Kappa. Uh-oh. Stop it. Please. Please. My chat needs to be respectful. Alright. Dzemp is going to own this round because Mustang Crawler is a dog shit. So I think Zemp's plan, and Dzemp is really good at playing high tempo, I think. You saw it in the Arclight carry game. But this opener is so shit. In theory, if he gets Taiba online, he wins. But this opener is so shit that it may not even get online. So I think Dzemp should be going for as much HP damage and tempo as possible. Decent round 1, I think, for Dzemp. What is the anthem meme? Just the Soviet Union anthem. We had to play it because Dzemp won, you know? It was I told him I had to do it. It was for the memes, okay? But no more memes. Arclight carry. Oh my god. No way you're gonna Arclight carry into Typhoon boat. Did you know that Dzemp picture is actually him? Yeah, I do not think it is actually him. Just imagine this guy drinking beer, playing standard. Drinking beer, slamming firestorms, fucking shit face out of his mind. Beating your dumbass with arc carry. He's like in a Zoom meeting during work hours, still beating your ass. The arc play made me go in on Apooche. I mean, yeah, fair enough. I don't blame you. This is copium into Typhoon, but maybe he gets there, you know, maybe with the tempo. Yeah, Dzemp mentioned how much vodka the winnings would buy. Very important. But again, another round probably go. I guess Dzemp has no anti-air, but similar Phoenix positioning from Apooche. Dzemp should still be hard winning, but he will lose the round to anti-air. So this is an interesting tempo play by Apooche. No anti-air, and he punishes that to reduce his HP damage. I'm here for the drinking game. What's the word? I don't know. What word do I say too much unnecessarily? Not sure. Brain dead. Chin gun? I don't know. Do I? Maybe I say brain dead too much. Bud? I don't say bud that much. I say it like as a troll because I'm Canadian or something. All right. The drops are here. Yeah, troll is probably the word. That's probably true. Like if we watched the Illuminati game, maybe you guys would be fucked. You'd be dead right now. The word is tempo. Thank you. Perhaps. Maybe troll is more though. Both parties take the badger drop. It is 3 deploys, so it's pretty high tempo. Get fucked. Intensive training though was saved for the Typhoon. Interesting. Pretty high value. 40k HP is now on the board. And it'll scale even more with shield. I would have voted for ending any word with Eno. Well, Ripperino, Turnerino, Typhoon Boaterino. I swear I don't say it that much. We're keeping the Mustangs. I would like to sell these trash cans, but it is more bodies and it is negative tempo if you do so. So we got... That is an insane read from Apooche here. Covers the Badger flank with his own Badger to block the Crawler by here. And Dzemp doesn't have any anti-air for this Phoenix. So even if he wins a round, he's not going to do any HP damage. So I don't know what he's thinking. But it looks like he's going to lose to Typhoon Bow. That's what it looks like. Why is it called Taiba? It's Chinese, I think. Or it is Chinese. I don't know what the translation is. Maybe someone who's Chinese can explain that. Like, Sledge Boat was Tanba. So, Typhoon Boat is Taiba. I don't know Chinese, but I just repeat what the Chinese say. So this is a pretty nasty push now. He's got a bunch of Badgers, a bunch of HP on the line, and a high-level Typhoon. So I think Apooche's in a pretty solid spot now. He's stabilized from his pretty horrendous opening, or like pack opening. Yeah, I would imagine the bot is the boat. I would guess. It's Typhoon Hegemon carry, basically. Okay. Decent amount of HP damage due to the drops. A bunch of Fire Badgers, Phoenixes, and Typhoons alive at the end. Instant Wasp Swarm. How do we instantly pick these things? That's crazy. Overlord is a Bawang. Typhoon is Taifang. Okay, so you just put those together. That makes sense. There you go. Thank you. All right. So what is Apooche even thinking about here? A Wasp Swarm, maybe? Ah, that's good. This is why Dzemp was waiting. I don't know why you would intensive train if your plan was to go boat, but his reason he went no anti-air is because his plan was boat. And he has carry boat techs the same as Apooche. So I wonder if Apooche will just mirror boats or stick to the Phoenix. We will see. I think maybe sticking to the Phoenix is more efficient, but long term it's the boats, perhaps. Chinese anthem time. Oh no, we can't. No more anthems. Anthems are banned. Oil though, definitely gonna do a number on Apooche, you would imagine. Double boat stack on this side, which can get pulled to flank here. Interesting. Oil just gonna rip Apooche apart. Was this a defensive Wasp summoning from Apooche? Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, all the chaff that he bought for 3 rounds, all his Mustangs just die. Good thing he has the high-level Typhoons, which should tank for the boats, and the high-level Phoenixes, which should, even with the oil, like losing this round with oil, kind of indicates that you are doomed. Losing the oil round, where you kill literally all the chaff, and you lose, I don't know, is FF. It's GG, go next. And yeah, Dzemp has so much resources on the left, and Apooche never has to contest the left anymore, and he already has enough value out of it. Like, Apooche didn't even threaten the left, and there's just a bunch of garbage on the left side, so just the amount of value on the right side, like Apooche should win, I think. 170 people watching here. Orbital Bombardment may be picked up, but Apooche goes for the Stonkaronis. Stonks. He has intensive trading, so Apooche is not buying boats anymore, it looks like. Wait, is he going to sell the Phoenix? Or does he keep the Giga Phoenix? He sells something else, so it looks like he's keeping the Giga Phoenix as his answer to the Overlord. Both parties do have intensive trading. I kind of missed that. So enhancement module doesn't make a lot of sense, actually. So we've got basically Typhoon Phoenix, which is still a pretty solid comp. It's not as oppressive or tempo heavy as the Typhoon boat, but he's got the Giga Phoenix, so maybe it's worth it. Now we're placing the aggressive Badger, which, yeah, don't do that. It's pretty bad, I think. I learned the hard way that was not a good play. Yeah, the cooldown card would be kind of nutty here. We go for the Typhoon Shield, which is high value with the level 2 barrier. Will be 40k of shield on just one unit. Apooche trolling, I think. What is he trolling? Interesting. We go for Chin Gun boats instead of launcher range boats. Interesting. I mean, I guess against Typhoons, the Typhoons have no range, so you don't really need the launcher range stuff. But launcher range does help with clear. Not sure. The Typhoon, or the Chin Gun is definitely still solid, though. Yeah, I would have probably sold Phoenix to go boat, but Apooche does love his Phoenixes. He runs launcher, charge shot. And he has the high level Phoenix, so it's negative tempo to go into boat. So he's probably just going to tempo him out of the game, or his plan is to tempo him out of the game with the Phoenixes. We will see how that plays out. Like, the Phoenixes hit for 14k. They literally one-shot boats, or two-shot boats. Well, the squad definitely one-shot boat. So how can you say no to that? Food Phoenix is not better than Food Boat. There's no way. But it's still a good comp. Like, high-level Phoenix drop with Typhoon spec is really insane. Obviously, Apooche earned the spec himself, but another enhancement module. Holy fuck. Kind of insane value. It's better for Dzemp because he gets to put it on a boat, though. So Apooche might just get outvalued. Apooche's bird did level again. Apooche's favorite unit is the Phoenix, right? So you never know. Maybe he keeps it. Nuke could be a pretty high tempo play here, but I don't know. Maybe Apooche greeds. Not sure. Don't know what he's mobile beaconing. Oh, he's mobile beaconing outside of the nuke, perhaps. Okay, the Phoenix is gone. Now it's triple boat launcher range. I think that's the play because, yes, okay, I like this. I didn't see this line, but it makes so much sense because Chin Gun is troll, right? Well, not troll, but Chin Gun loses to launcher range. So now Apooche just wins the boat game and the game's over. I don't know why this line wasn't obvious, but I think this is correct. Because now you just lose. No, Advanced Shield does not boost any shield text. It's only the shield bubble. So yeah, I think this play is insane. This is really good. And he's also beaconing outside of a nuke, maybe? Or maybe he likes this angle here. I would imagine it's beaconing outside the nuke. Temp range, though, from Dzemp. Although he's running into high-level Chin Gun boats here. But the carry boats are deleting one boat at a time. So Dzemp sees this and realizes he's kind of doomed. So he's going to have to go launch rain boats himself, you would imagine, right? But he's going to be behind. And there's still the Wasp summoning turn that he has up on Dzemp here. So long term, I would imagine Apooche has this. I don't like range launch. I mean, range launch is good. Like, you don't have to always brain dead click chin gun, right? And what you got to actually, like, open your eye. Like, as a boat player, one thing you got to open is, you got to learn to do is open your fucking eyes, right? Like, you got to analyze the board. I know this is hard for Typhoon boat players, but open your eyes and analyze the board, okay? So the dude clicks chin gun. He's down on that. You need to win the boat mirror, so you boat mirror him back, okay? It's simple maths. It's simple maths, okay? Stop it. It's not Typhoon, boat, chin gun, wasp summon, wasp shield. It's not that simple. It's very nuanced, okay? There's different ways to play. All right, we're getting a sell from the saver here. And we're going for carry boat, and we have the Giga Overlord. Looks like he leveled and intensive trained the Giga Overlord. So he's trying to match him in boats. Why did we take the Wraiths? Why do we take the Wraiths into boat carry? You'd imagine it's a boat carry mirror? That doesn't make sense. Why did we take the Wraiths? It's covering flanks? Like deployments to cover flanks? But why? Why? These discs just die. The Wraiths don't make sense because he has Typhoons. And Dzemp is a little bit ahead on the boat mirror. Both parties are temp ranging. I mean, Chin Gun with launcher is anti-synergy because you're out of the range of it, but into a push, I guess the Chin Gun value is there, perhaps. But now it's a boat party, and I think Dzemp has the advantage of stacking aside. I think Apooche made the mistake of trying to pressure left side, because now Dzemp has the stacked army on the right side. I think he does have the Giga boat though, that is just power leveling and deleting everything. Oh my god, for some reason I thought Dzemp would have that side because he had more boats, but I guess the clear and like the angle that this corner boat came at just cleaned things up. Probably, yeah, because Dzemp has no chaff. He has so many boats, but not enough chaff. Holy fuck. Double intensive, double stonk. What the fuck is this? Apooche's making the fucking Giga Overlord level 5. What is this video game? You can buy all the boats you want, but this is level 5 Big Daddy. How do you beat this? How do you Big Daddy? How do you beat him? Professional caster? Totally wrong. Listen, I thought more boat beat less boat. But Crawler OP, okay? I keep forgetting Crawler OP. Because aggro players always have the advantage of having a constant stream of crawlers compared to the defender, right? Yeah, imagine the cooldown. That would be kind of insane. Like, that'd be $1 billion in 1 second. Okay, we're going for the Liquid Badger. 191 people here watching a ladder match. Liquid Badger is going to reduce the HP of these dudes by 48% HP, but that doesn't really matter because, I mean, the HP doesn't matter. He just wants to fire on the ground. And even if Apooche loses its turn, he still has the Wasp summoning turn that should definitely win him the mirror here. Oil is going to do a number. Will that be enough? Spreading out with boat makes sense. It does make sense because these also help with clear. But I think in these board states, I mean, for some reason Dzemp just like doesn't give a fuck about left tower. But usually in these board states, you just want to stack aside and just fight the numbers because you have the numbers. But again, this is the advantage that the defender has at any time. Even though you have the crawler advantage of infinite trickle of crawlers, I can just kill all your shit for free without doing anything here. But honestly, pretty close turn considering Apooche has like 0 chaff. So not the end of the world. He takes it on the chin. He takes some damage, but I think Apooche probably still ahead since he doesn't have a useless boat tech. Wow, both parties take the wasps. Goes for wasp shield, and he's gonna go for wasp summoning. Interesting. I don't think you click air spec on the Wasp. I think that's troll. I think you just want shields because you're not going to be anywhere near the boats. But maybe Wasp air spec counters the other Wasp. Maybe that's good. But I think shield is really just all you need and just more boats. Yeah, both parties do the same exact move. Dzemp sells out of his high-level Wasp, which I think Apooche should do as well, but maybe it's fine to leave it and just do more stonks or whatever. He's a level 6 boat, so he's making a god boat, basically. This is the final round of the finals tournament match. Will the oil... he's going to go for oil play. Should work, I would imagine, because liquid fire is on the ground. Yeah, this left side doesn't seem to be defended that well, right? He also doesn't have the attack enhancement round 9 in a boat mirror. I would imagine that matters in a boat mirror. I'm not a mathematician, but surely that matters. The problem with Dzemp buying more crawlers is he's just burning all his crawlers with the napalm. So and missile kills badgers. That's how bad the badgers are. I think that's a takeaway from this stream is badger trash. Yeah, just the corner threat and the oil play allows Apooche to get in. He also has, of course, a level 6 boat. Oh, he has a level 7 boat. Not like that will matter, though. This corner positioning is always allowing him to get the debuff early here. And it looks like he will close out of the game. Well played by Apooche. GG. Very clean game. Really smart to see that line where he saw Dzemp commit to a chin gun tech and said, Lamau, I'll just boat carry you and lose. Taiba imbalance, Taiba OP, this is true. But this was smart from Apooche to see this line and close out the game. Kind of crazy. He didn't lose too much tempo, honestly, since the Badger drop came in round 3, even though like we remember that his Mustang opener was pretty trash for a couple turns. But once he got the Badgers online, once he got the Typhoons online, especially with intensive training, he seemed to get Omega value here. Well played by Apooche. And of course, the aggro player has the advantage of infinite crawlers. So it's hard to mirror. Honestly, it's very hard to mirror against an aggro comp because they have the debuff threat and they have the crawler trickle that it's basically impossible to keep up with. Also, again, the chin gun made Wasp summoning like infinity dollars. So pretty clean game by Apooche. GG's. He is the winner of the Launch Clash Finals.